friends, both here and in school. We're glad that the weekend is upon us. For you at home, it's your Monday. But we're all very excited because our testing is over. I don't know how many of you came in and took the interstate math test, but we're done with testing for the year. So now we're just going to focus on some of the skills we really want to make sure we understand before we get to 4th grade. Now, we have been adding with 3-digit numbers a lot. You've probably been doing it even since 2nd grade. And so what is that? That's like 328 plus 452. This is called a number sentence, right, class? It's called a number sentence because it's written horizontally. But in order to solve that, we usually turn it into what we call an algorithm. Very good. So what is an algorithm? It's when we stack our numbers according to place value. And perhaps you've heard me, when I go through the steps of an algorithm, I always say 8 ones plus 2 ones. Why? Because this is the ones place. When I get over here, I say 2 tens plus 5 tens. Why? Because it's the tens place. And I always like to have something in my mind when I'm doing things with numbers. I like to have a visual. And then finally here, I would say 300s plus 400 because that's the hundreds place. Okay? And we all know how to do this. So we start with our ones, 8 ones plus 2 ones. And just in case you forgot, a 1 looks like that, right? 1 unit. 8 ones plus 2 ones equals 10 ones, which is the same as 110. We put our 0 here because we regroup into the tens place. Then I add my tens, 1 10 plus 2 tens plus 5 tens. Well, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 5 more is 8. And if you can't remember what a 10 looks like, well, it's 10 ones, and a 10 looks like this. So this is your ones, these are your tens. Okay, now my 3rd place is called the hundreds place. And so that's why I have the H here. And when we get to the hundreds place, we say 300s plus 400s gives us 700s, okay? And if you can't remember what 100 looks like, well, it looks like this. It is 10 tens. That is our hundreds. Well, today, because raise your hand if you feel pretty confident doing addition with 3 digits. Today, we're going to move on to 4 digits because in 4th grade, they want you to do 4 digits. So when I get over to my 4th place, does anybody know what that 4th place is called? Let's say I add here and I add here. You're right, it is called the thousands place. So that's all we're doing. We're adding another place. Does not change how we do the algorithm though. So if I'm adding these numbers and I've added another place to them, I get over to the thousands place. What do I have? I have 1,000 plus 2,000s gives me 3,000s. Now it is important, and when you do this, I want you to put that comma there. Why? Because our numbers can get pretty big. We can write numbers that might be this big. And that's hard to say, so what we do is we separate them 3 numbers at a time, okay? And you don't have to worry about numbers that big right now, but I do want you to be familiar with 4-digit numbers. So, when you write your answers, make sure you put a comma here, and I like to say that that first comma says the word 1,000, okay? So let's see if we can read this answer that we got when we added 1,328, 2,452. What did we get, class? We got 3,780. So let's try that again. 3,780. Do you see how the comma says the word 1,000? And if you're wondering what 1,000 looks like with my fancy dandy magnets here, 1,000 looks like that. It's 3-dimensional. It is a block, and it's made up of 10 hundreds. 10 hundreds. So a 10 is 10 ones, 100 is 10 tens, and 1,000 is 10 hundreds. Okay? So let's practice with you, and then boys and girls at home, we're going to practice with our whiteboards. If you want to practice on a piece of paper, you can. And then I'm going to put a worksheet on Seesaw for you to complete practicing 4-digit addition with the algorithm. Okay? So class, this is your first one. So let's remember we have thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. All right, here's your first one. We're going to add 2,705 to to 1,830. So go ahead and add those. Make sure you stack your numbers. Compare your answer with a neighbor. If you didn't get the same answer, see which place is off and try to determine who might have a misunderstanding. All right, let's hear what we got for answers. Well, let me think out loud like a third grader. So what place do we always start with class when we're doing the algorithm? We start with the ones place. So 5 ones plus 9 ones. That means 5 of these plus 9 more gives me 14. So I'm going to put down the 4 and regroup that 10 into the tens place. Secondly, I add the tens. 1 10 plus 3 tens makes 4 tens. Next, I add my hundreds. 700s plus 800. So that's 7 of these plus 8 more of these. You know what that makes? 15 of those, which is really 1,000 and 500s. And then make sure you put your comma. Look at your number. Did you put your comma? 2 plus 1 plus 100s makes 400. So your 4,000s. Sorry. So our answer is 4,544. Make sure if you didn't get the right answer, you know where your misunderstanding is. Did you just not get your math facts right? Did you forget to regroup? Okay, should we try one more and then we're going to play our game? Okay. All right, this is what you're going to be expected to do in 4th grade, so you're already feeling pretty confident, right?
I guess I used most of these. Yeah, let's just try.
Really? Wow.
Let's just do this as a game.
So 3,842 plus 7,084. If I were going to write a number sentence for this, it would be written like this. 3,842 plus 7,084. I probably would not try solving that without turning it into an algorithm. We got to a pretty big number there.
Although it is still in the valley. Yeah.
Yes,
it's something thousand.
Please don't go on. Oh, I see a lot of correct answers. Let's go back to the board and you can check your work as I think out loud. We start with the ones place, right class? 2 ones plus 4 ones gives us 6 ones. 4 tens plus 8 tens, that means 4 of these, plus 8 more gives me 12 of them. That means I have 2 here, and I have to regroup into the hundreds place. 100 plus 800s is 900s. I'm going to bring my comma down right now. 3,000s plus 7,000s is 10,000s. And so that's how you write this number, and that's how we say it. Say it aloud, class, with me, but 10,926. You see how important that comma is, okay? And it's interesting because when you get to the thousands, this whole section here is called the thousands. This is the 1,000s place. This is the 10,000s place, and this will be the 100,000s place. And it goes on and on and on like that. After the thousands, there will be the millions, and then there's the billions, and then there's the trillions, and then there's the quadrillions, and it goes on and on. Remember, numbers go on forever. So are you ready, boys and girls? Clear off your desk, erase your boards. And friends at home, there will be a worksheet with 16 4-digit addition problems. I'm only going to have you do the first 3 rows. I will cross the last one off, okay?
Can we